Let me tell you what's happening right now in the state of Maryland. I get calls, since I'm an attorney, and I get calls from around the state, and often they're from the state police and others. But right now, state police officers in plain clothes are going without warrants to people's homes, knocking on the door and saying, turn over your firearms. And the reason is because in Maryland, we treat people who are law-abiding citizens trying to get a firearm worse than we do convicted child sex offenders. And let me explain that. Remember a few years ago, we had a list where we had child sex offenders on, and we had to take a whole bunch off. And that's because the United States Constitution says that an ex post facto application of the law can happen as long as it's not an additional punishment, if it's an additional burden. And they said that that list is a burden. So they said, that our high court said, no, Maryland's Constitution says no additional burden, no additional punishment. So we took the sex offenders off. But to this day, the Maryland State Police are unconstitutionally looking at a Attorney General opinion from from Curran in 2006. And they are looking back and they're applying SB 281 and saying, 20 years ago, sir, you had a problem in Pennsylvania. And now that would be a prohibiting factor. They knock on their door without a warrant. Why don't they have a warrant? Because a judge won't give them a warrant because it's unconstitutional. But it's happening to this day. So right now, today, the state police are showing up without their uniforms, without their warrants, and saying, give me your guns. And if that's going to happen right now, what's going to happen with this? Don't tell me that it can't happen and we're not going to bring people in. All of you are now aware of this. And unfortunately, a citizen or a police officer is going to get hurt because of this unconstitutional practice that should stop. And these are the kind of laws that will continue that, unconstitutional practices that are going to put us in a confrontation with citizens. So it needs to stop simply by telling the state police, go get a warrant. If SB 281, which we passed, applies retroactively, shouldn't some judge say so? But it doesn't. But that's what's happening today, is it is being applied retroactively to law-abiding citizens who own firearms, who haven't done anything in 20 or 30 years, but we don't do it to convicted child sex offenders. That's wrong.
This question is for Delegate Smeagol. I'm trying to figure this out over here. What can we do about this unconstitutional practice of police taking guns without a warrant? How do we solve this problem? Do we need to get another AG opinion? We have another Attorney General? Or do we just need to introduce legislation to solve the problem?
Please don't
Thank
get
you.
any AG opinions about firearms, okay?
Okay.
Just, it's simple. Tell the state police, the governor can tell the superintendent, stop it. It's unconstitutional. You've already said you may not use an ex post facto application of laws against convicted child sex offenders. Let's give that same extension to law-abiding citizens who are exercising their Second Amendment rights. They've done nothing wrong for 20, 30 years, and now we're going back and say, you had a phone harassment charge 20 years ago, you no longer can own or possess a firearm. That is wrong. And it's going to be a problem if we don't do something about it, and all it takes is the fortitude to tell the state superintendent of police, don't do that, get a warrant.
Okay.
Let's follow the Fourth Amendment, that's all.
Cool, thank you.